Hey, what's up, guys? Hope you guys have had a good week. Had a pretty good one myself. Today I want to talk about a little bit of pipeline history and a couple of things I learned this week. Uh, let's just start with jack stands, homemade jack stands. Uh, did not know they did that back then, but they did. Guy I'm welding with was telling me back in the day at the beginning of a job they built their own jack stands. You know, nowadays we work on the tack rig, canopy, build grasshoppers, dead men, and stuff like that at the beginning of a job. Sleds, you know, buggies. You just get all that stuff ready at the beginning of a job before the pipe kicks off. Back then they built their own jack stands. You know, today we're used to fold up jack stands and whatnot, and so that's pretty interesting. You know, I thought that was real cool. And another thing I learned was pipe seams. For those of you who don't know, whenever a pipeline's laid, the seams are supposed to be staggered. On a test, you know, on that, if you guys have seen that other video I posted about lining up the seams on a test, that's just to keep it out of where you pull in straps. But whenever you're laying pipe out in the field, you put your seams at 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. And so just for those of you who didn't know that, that's what you do when you're laying pipe. But back then they laid bare pipe, and then they went through and put tar on it. And what I didn't know was the whole main reason behind putting the seams at 10 and 2 was that hot tar. Whenever they poured it on there, that hot tar come down, and if the seams were below 10 and 2, that tar, after it cooled, it had a tendency to leave a void underneath that seam, you know. So that wasn't good, you know. That didn't meet the requirements. So what they made them do is bring them seams up to 10 and 2. And we're back. We're back to a little bit of pipeline history. So yeah, that's the deal with the seams. You know, I never knew that. Never would have guessed. You know, I've always known that they stagger them in case there's a leak. It's most likely going to be in the seam, and that way, that seam, you know, you don't want to line up your seams when you're laying pipe, because that's like a big no-no. Because if it does leak, if it does happen to leak, it'll stop at the welds, you know, because you got your seams staggered. So anyway, a little bit of something to know about them pipe seams. And last thing I learned this week was about this bigger pipe. A lot of times I get asked by family members or friends, even locals, you know, what are you guys laying this pipeline for? You know, is it for crude oil? Is it for natural gas? Like, what is it, you know? And a lot of times I'm not sure, you know, I don't know what to tell them. But a good rule of thumb is a lot of this 36-inch, 42-inch, this job we're on now is 42-inch, and I learned that it's natural gas. All your big pipe, anything more than 24-inch, or I don't know where the breaking point is, but I know 36 and 42 and a lot of it is going to be natural gas versus anything less. They actually use 42-inch and but as storage. Not only do they use 42-inch to transfer natural gas, but they use it for storage. That was real neat, you know. That welding partner of mine was telling me that, and I just thought that was real cool and wanted to share that with you guys. So a little bit of information I learned this week. I think that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned something this week, other than what I just told you, if you didn't already know. Come back and see me next Friday. Subscribe to this channel for more videos like this, or anything else you guys might want to see out here while I'm traveling on the road. Anyway, I love learning, and I hope you guys have an awesome week. Stay warm, or stay cool, depending on where you're at. Anyway, we'll see you guys in our next video, and remember, Learn something every day. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in my next video.